This is my son. This is my son. His name is Dennis. YouTube. It's like, no, let me stop playing. Okay, so for real, welcome to my YouTube, Sidity TV. My name is Lex, aka Lex Boogie with the hoodie. You wanna be on top? You want to be a model? Do you? Because I hear it a lot. I'm going to give you guys all the tips and the ins and outs of being a model and what it takes and what you need to know, because you need to be prepared. You can't just jump into it and be like, I'm out here, because it ain't going to work like that. I'm 19. I've been modeling since I was 13. I've been modeling for 6 years now. And I'm going to just put it like this. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of patience. And you really have to put your all into it if this is what you want to do. I started out doing little things. Like, I think the first fashion show I did was probably, honestly, I'm going to be honest with y'all, but do not take this as something that you need to do, because if I could go back and redo it, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. I started in a modeling agency, and not really an agency, it was an academy. Some of you may know it, I'm not going to say their name, but yes, I started in an academy. I was there for like 2 years, maybe one. I don't really remember, but it was all a scam. It was a scam. If I could go back and do it, I would never do it again. And basically, I mean, don't get me wrong, they did teach me things, but they give out the impression to be an agency that gets you jobs and gets you out there, when in reality, they charge you for everything. So, like, the first photo shoot I ever did in my life, I paid $400 for that photo shoot. $400. Oh my God. $400. Dumbest thing I could have did. Because honestly, as a model, if you, it's one thing to pay $150, $100. You should never have to pay $400. So you shouldn't be paying anybody. Because are they paying you? Without the model, there will be no pictures, like model type pictures. Without the model, there will be no fashion show. Without the model, there will be no production. You have to realize that as a model, you benefit them as much as they benefit from you. Like, you need each other to succeed. So don't think that, oh, I have to pay this photographer and that photographer. There's photographers that are up and coming that will shoot you for free. You just have to find them and you have to give them a shot, because honestly, just like you were trying to grow as a model, there's photographers that are slept on that are actually really good. And they're just slept on because they haven't built their portfolio yet. So that's one thing that you need to know, is that don't let these people scam you. Do not let them scam you. If anybody, an agency, like anybody, management, comes to you and wants to work with you and wants to have you under their name, and they say, well, this is our charge, walk out, because it's a scam. Honestly, I paid $1,500 to be a part of this agency, and they got me absolutely nowhere at all. And you should never, anytime anybody asks you to come out of your pocket to join their agency or to be in their agency, it's a scam. It's not a real agency. They just want your money. That's the first thing, because if you start off getting scammed like I did, you will be very behind. Very behind. Second thing is that you need to know the type of model that you are. I don't like photo shoots. I actually hate them. Like, they are the worst thing in my mind. I hate them. I don't like them. Believe it or not, I'm camera shy. Like, it's one thing, like, when I'm on the runway, I zone out. Like, I be in my zone. Like, I like, it's like my type of atmosphere. But when it's like me in front of a photographer, it's like, that's not really my thing. I like walking down the runway, posing, get my picture, you know what I mean? Then walking back and then changing into the next outfit and walking back down the runway. I personally like walking. You might not like walking. You have to know what category you fall into. So me, I kind of fall into the runway category. I'm just like missing it by this much. I don't know if the agencies are listening, but let's just say I'm not 5'9". I'm not 5'9". And most agencies, you have to be 5'9", and that's without heels or anything to be a runway model for them. So, or even like New York Fashion Week, they always want tall females. I'm not 5'9" though. I'm like 5'7". So for me, it's like really difficult to go to castings where you have to be 5'9", because it's not guaranteed that I make it in. I know that if you were, so say if you're like 5'2" or something, it's better for you to be a print model because they don't have height requirements, or a commercial model because they don't have height requirements. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can be a runway model if you're not 5'9", because it's not impossible to be a runway model if you're not 5'9". It's just that you have to be used to, say, getting told no all the time, honestly. Like, you're going to get told no a lot, and you have to get used to it, because if you don't meet the requirements, it doesn't matter how cute you are, doesn't matter how popular you are, none of that matters. If you do not meet their height requirements, they have the right to tell you, go home. Thank you for your time. See you later. And they've done that to me. I've gone to New York to an agency to try to get signed. I walked in the door. I took a 3-hour ride there. Walked through the door, had my portfolio in my hand. They looked at me. How tall are you? I said 5'8". Mind you, had to be 5'9". I don't know why I said 5'8", but I'm only 5'7", so I was already pushing it, saying I was 5'8". So they're like, how tall are you? I'm like 5'8". Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. That's all they told me. Sent me right back out the door as soon as I walked. Didn't even take my coat off or nothing. So you do have to know your boundaries as a model, because you'll get disappointed. Basically, I'm trying to say, like, if you go in there with the expectations, knowing that you don't meet the requirements, but you still go in there with expectations to get signed, you're going to disappoint yourself. The next thing that you need to know is that it's very important to have a portfolio or even a comp card. Don't ever go to a casting for a show or to an agency without a portfolio, comp card, or headshot. Because to them, you will be any other model. If you show up, for me, I look at it like this. If you show up with a picture of yourself, if you show up with a portfolio of all of your pictures that are your strongest pictures, or a comp card, that agency or that person that's running that show is 10 times more likely to remember your face, because you showed up with credentials to say, I'm serious, here's my work, here's an example of what I can do for you. So that's very important. Your portfolio should always be on hand. I would go get mine, but it's in the car and it's cold outside, so I'm not doing that. But it's very important to have a portfolio. If not, you don't have to have one, but as a model, as you grow, you should definitely get one, because eventually they're going to start asking for a portfolio instead of just one picture. So don't flood a portfolio with like 25 pictures, because that's not realistic. They're not going to look through all of those. I would fill it with like maybe 6 or 7, between 6 and maybe 10, it might be pushing it, 10 of your best pictures as a model. Even if you don't have a lot of pictures, you can go in there with a headshot, your strongest full body, your strongest from like here up. Whatever your strongest picture is, that's what you need to go in there with, or that's what you need to go cast with, because that's what the agencies are looking for. They're looking for, how professional is this person? Are they a serious model? What do they bring to the table? Walking. Listen, sis. If you look like a duck I don't know how ducks walk. But if you look like, look, I'm going to show y'all an example. If you look like this when you walk, that ain't it. That ain't it. If you look like you don't know how to walk in hands, you look like, that ain't it, sis. You have to know how to walk because they will chew you up. So look, when you walk, roll your shoulders back, put your pelvis forward, and you're supposed to start with your left foot. So put your left foot in front of your right, and then you walk. Do not go in there without practicing because them other models will chew you up with their friends. You won't hear them, but they'll talk. Trust me, they do it. I've heard it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. So walking is very important to practice. You cannot walk into an agency or walk into a fashion show, casting, or anything like that thinking that you're going to get picked if you do not know how to walk. Now, don't get me wrong. You can learn how to walk. It's okay. I didn't know how to walk. You have to learn. So me, honestly, I don't even know how I learned. I just did it all the time, like all the time. And you do, honestly, you get experience from fashion shows because some fashion shows will pick you even if you can't walk that good. They will pick you just to give you a chance and just to give you a shot and just to give you an experience to learn how to walk and to learn from other models how to walk. So as long as you know how to walk, you should be good. If you don't know how to walk, practice makes perfect. I've been modeling for 6 years and my walk still isn't perfect. So don't get discouraged. Don't think, oh, I can't walk, so I'm never going to learn how to walk, because it's not like that. Honestly, you just have to put time and effort because it's not going to happen overnight, and I can tell you that now. So you have to be dedicated to it or you will not get it done right. The next thing is shooting. So like doing photo shoots, I don't really have much to say about this topic because I'm still learning myself. But it's important to know your angles. It's important to know your good side, bad side, how to position your body. Facial expressions are a big thing, and that's something that I lack on a lot. Like I have the same facial expression. So that's something that I have to work on. If that's your strong suit, I would definitely say go for it. Get as much shoots as you can done just to get the experience of knowing how to pose, knowing how to angle yourself, knowing how to make yourself look long, how to make yourself look a certain way. Getting paid. Let's talk about that because that's something that a lot of people don't understand. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've only got paid twice in the past 6 years. And I've done probably 100 of shows and shoots. So do not come into this industry thinking I'm about to make hella money, because you're not. Don't get me wrong, you can, but it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not. Don't get your hopes up, baby, because it's not. If you're coming in here for the aspect of I just want to make money, you're not gonna be successful. If you don't come here with that idea of this is my passion, this is what I want to do, this is what I choose to do in my free time, this is what I don't mind doing. If you don't come in here with that attitude, you're not going to succeed because you're going to be doing it for the wrong reason. So when somebody wants to do something with you for free, you're not going to want to do it. And you're not going to get exposure and you're not going to get experience, which is going to set you back more. So you have to come in with the mindset of, I really want to do this. Because if you're in it for the money, you're going to be highly upset because, honey, they don't pay. They do not pay. You have to be at a certain level to get people to start paying for your work. Honestly, I feel like to get paid, you either have to be signed to an agency because they'll get you paid jobs, or you can request money from people yourself. You have to set boundaries as of, I'm going to be doing this for X amount of time for free. Like, I still don't charge people. I just started, honestly, I just put up that I'm about to start charging people. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm still not confident to know. I'm confident to know that I'm good, but it's like, am I on that level to start charging people? Once you reach that level, you'll know, because I don't know when it happened. It just happened overnight. Like, I just woke up one day and I was like, why am I still doing this for free? And it took me a while to convince myself, and it took a lot of other people to convince me to start charging people. getting paid is going to take a long time because people do not pay. They don't. Especially fashion shows, they do not pay. Because you have to realize that that spot that you got into for that fashion show, or that fashion show that you got into, that you got casted for, there is a billion other models that want that spot. And if you got picked out of those billion, they are very quick to drop you for the next one. Because anything that you would do for money, somebody else will do for free. So you gotta think of it like that. That's also your competition, is other models that will do things for free just because they want the experience, or they want it on their resume. Social media. That is a very, 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 let me stress this, very thing to pay close attention to. There's two things I want to talk about. So the first thing is that your social media is basically your online portfolio, if you think about it, as a model. If you don't have X amount of followers, we won't work with you. And that's really how it is nowadays. And it's sad because that's not real modeling, and that's not really how the industry is supposed to be, but that's how it is right now. And it's something that as models we have to adapt to. Even if it's something that we don't like, it's something we have to adapt to. Also, it's important to know that agencies will look at your page, and if they see something that they don't like, or somebody that you're working with sees something that they don't like, or say you're doing a campaign for somebody, or you're shooting with somebody, say you're shooting with a brand, and they see that last week you posted something that was offensive or disrespectful, or not, you know what I'm saying, like something that is like, why would you post that type time, and they don't like it, they will drop you. They won't work with you because of the simple fact that you are your own brand. So how you portray yourself on social media is how you're going to portray the brand that you're working with, or the people that you're working for. So if you have a bad reputation, that makes them look like they have a bad reputation, like they're bad. So you want to make sure you monitor what you post, because you don't want to post anything that might make you lose an opportunity that you could have had that was a big opportunity. It's also important to know that agencies look at that too. So if you're posting racist things, sexist things, it's not a good look at all, and you will lose a lot of people that want to work with you. You want people who go on your page to know that you are a professional model, because there's so many models let me rephrase that. There's so many people out here who are trying to act like models but don't really want to be models. They just want to take pictures for Instagram, or they just want to take pictures for likes. So you do have to know how to distinguish yourself from the people who are Instagram models and people who are real models. And you want to be a part of the people who are real models. Be on top of your stuff, because they will really look at that, and that will determine if they work with you or not. Modeling is not about being pretty. It's really not. It's not. It's about, can you walk? Can you shoot? Can you serve face? Can you tackle their project the way that they want you to tackle it? So it's all about your work ethic, because you could be the ugliest person in the room. But if you got the height, if you got a weird look, if your work ethic is worth it, and they know that you want this, you really want this, they will pick you before they pick somebody else who's pretty but can't walk. Because there's people who are pretty but can't walk, pretty but can't shoot, pretty but don't take it serious. So they will pick the person who's serious. The last thing I want to talk about is confidence. So confidence is a big part of it too. All of these are big parts of it. But I feel like the one that shows the most is confidence. So when I started out, I was very shy, like very shy. That's why honestly I started modeling, and modeling was a thing that took me to the point where I wasn't afraid to talk in front of people. I wasn't afraid to be like, out in public. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't like a introvert. I mean, I'm an introvert, but like, you know what I'm saying? Not as much as I used to be. So, modeling will definitely break you out of your shell if you are shy. But confidence, you have to build that confidence. If you are not confident in yourself when you walk, it will show. Trust me, it will show one way or another. It will show in your walk. It will show in your pictures at the end of the runway, and it will show in your face. So you have to know that you can do it. And you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. If you don't have confidence, you won't get picked. Because that same person who somebody else might not know how to walk, might not know how to pose, but if they got that confidence to walk up to people and say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I would love to work with you. Or, hey, my name is so-and-so, and this is my portfolio. And you don't do that, they're going to pick that person who's networking rather than you, because you didn't introduce yourself. It's important to network, and if you don't have confidence to network, that's something you have to build up on, because I had to build up on it myself. I don't like walking up to people and being like, oh, hey, I'm Lex. I don't like doing that personally. I hate it. So I'm the type of person where I'll stand there and I won't say nothing, and I'll let people come up to me. So I do have to work on that as a model, because that's not good, because you really do have to network to get somewhere. Oh, them grandmom heels. Don't be wearing them grandmom heels, girl. Let me tell you, them little grandmom heels. Don't come to them agencies or fashion show casting with them little grandmom heels that's this tall, or them clogs that's like this thick. Don't do it, sis. You're going to make yourself look like a fool, because the other model's going to be like, girl, she not even wearing heels. Don't do it. Don't play that. Don't do it. I'm telling you now. This was just my first video on many. I have many more on the way, you know, like Q&As, challenges, get to know me's, like, I just have a lot of stuff on the way, and if you guys have any suggestions, just let me know. DM me on Instagram at amj.model. You know, follow me on Twitter at OH_SheAModel. It was in my intro. They probably gonna be sitting here. Go follow me. Go follow me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video. I'm probably gonna be posting, I don't know how much I'm gonna be posting a lot. I just don't know the exact days. But I'll probably address it in the next video. If not, it'll be in the description box below or in my bio on my YouTube. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe.